What's up, Cowboys Nation? It's that time. It's playoff time. We've been waiting for it, and it's finally here. I'm Nick Eatman, joined by Stephen Jones, Cowboys Chief Operating Officer. I mean, I know the excitement's got to be through the roof right now. I just talked to you a little bit off camera. Describe the feeling of finally being at this point, this moment with the Packers coming in this weekend.
Well, that's why you're in the business.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you go to work. Most teams this time of year starting to build a team, whether it's your coaching staff, whether it's your team. We all know these teams turn over about 40% of their players every year. And but in our particular case this year, if you would have painted it out and said this is where you're going to end up, winning the East and having the chance to have home field advantage, and which we have, and if you win that one, you can play at home again. The only way it would have been better is to be the number one seed, but this is why you do it. And certainly, Dak has led the way here,
yes.
Having an MVP type season. In my mind, he is the MVP, but he's just played off the charts. He's done everything he said he'd do. He got rid of the interceptions. I think he tracked below even what he projected.
Yeah.
So, he's just played at a high level and brought the team along with him. And obviously, we've had a lot of players play at a very high level, from CeeDee Lamb to Micah Parsons, Jake Ferguson. That offensive line group has gotten to play together a lot this year, a lot more than in the past. They'll be ready to roll Sunday. Certainly, we're in overall good health. I even think Stefan's going to be able to make it back, and Tyler Smith's ready to go. So we're in great shape. This is why you do it. We've been playing our best football at home in terms of AT&T Stadium, and look forward to it.
Well, you're in playoff mode right now, because I was going to ask you about Gilmore, ask you about the line, ask you about 8-0 at home, ask you about everything. You're covering all the bases there. I do want to talk about CeeDee Lamb, though. You mentioned him. The connection, Irvin and Aikman had that connection. This feels very similar with Dak and CD. I mean, even on Sunday, 13 targets, 13 catches. It seemed like in unison right now.
Well, CD came in early in the season and had a visit with Mike and said, I don't want to be one of those prima donna guys, receivers asking for the ball, but I do think, I should get the ball, that I can really help our team. And turns out he was right. And the focus has gone to him throwing it. Him and Dak just have an amazing connection. Obviously, he's had one of the all-time years as a receiver in the NFL, playing at an all-pro level. In my mind, playing probably as good as any receiver in the game. And, just doing a great job in terms of being productive and helping the Cowboys win football games. And certainly Dak has a tremendous amount of confidence in him. And, the great news is with that offensive line, protecting Dak, if they start focusing too much on CD, we've got a group of men opposite of CD, whether it's a Jake Ferguson, whether it's a Cooks, whether it's a Tony Pollard, a Michael Gallup. We've got other weapons, to go at them with. So it's a great group. This offense, in my mind, just keeps getting better. Certainly playing at a very high level, and look forward to them executing. I mean, you can feel the intensity level this week is at a whole nother level. I mean, this is win or go home time. Our guys work hard each and every week, but we all know playoff football, playoffs in any sport is a whole nother level, and you feel it in this building.
Why do you think this team has been so good at home? I mean, obviously, it's a good football team with a good record, really good record, but playing at AT&T Stadium has just been different. Do you credit the fans? Do you credit just, what?
It's where I was going to go. Hats off first to our fans. I think our fan base is just, giving us a tremendous advantage. They're educated. They know when to raise hell, if you will, and cheer on the defense, and the energy level rises, and they get motivated. And at the same time, they know when to maybe, drop it down a little bit and let Dak and the offense go to work. And then I just think our players feel very comfortable with our fans, and playing at AT&T Stadium, rolling in, doing their work, and taking care of business. And you can just see it in their eyes. They knew how important it was to go to Washington and take care of business and wrap up the home field. And certainly, as I said to start the show, we'll get that home game. We got to go take care of business against a really good Green Bay Packers team. They're hot. I think they're 7-3 over their last 10 games. doing a great job of taking care of their young quarterback who's had a great year. So we're going to have our hands full. But if, we got to go take care of that business, and we put ourselves in a position, to play in an environment in the playoffs where we've had tremendous success.
Can't believe I'm going to ask you a question that's not this game related, but you said something just a few minutes ago about a lot of teams are building their team right now. With obviously the focus on the playoffs, how do you keep kind of with everything else of Senior Bowl, Combine, or things like that are happening, All-Star games, but also planning a game? I mean, you have a big enough staff to kind of do everything, right?
Well, that's it. This coaching staff and this team is focused on one thing, the Green Bay Packers. Will McClay, myself, we might have to be doing some work on the side on, how the off season works out, Senior Bowls, and going to combines and starting to prepare to evaluate college players, NFL free agents. Those are things that take place actually all year during the off season. I mean, these scouts and Will are constantly, taking note of what's going on at the college level. Obviously, a great game this week between Michigan and Washington. Hats off to Jim Harbaugh and the job he did for Michigan and their national championship. They got a lot of future NFL players. We got one of his guys in Mozzie Smith, who's making a difference for us this year. So anyway, and Jordan Lewis as well. I don't want to forget that Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's it's that time of year. But the big thing is the guys, who are going to be involved in the actual game itself, our coaching staff and our players, I can tell you they're not worried about Senior Bowls or combines or things of that nature.
So for you, you'll call this as a good problem to have?
Yes. I think every team in the league wants this problem.
Would be one key to this game that you think would be kind of the difference maker going up against Green Bay this week?
I always go back to it, the ball. I mean, we've got to protect the ball on the offensive side, and we've got to go get the ball on the defensive side. If that happens, as we all know, you win that turnover battle margin, which we've been very good at. I mean, Dan Quinn's, does a tremendous job of getting pressure. Hats off to the Packers. They've done a great job of protecting Love most of the year. And but if we can get pressure and we can get the ball and we protect the ball, good things will happen to the Cowboys.
All right. Sounds great. Sounds like a great recipe for a win in this wild card weekend. All right. That's Stephen Jones, Cowboys Chief Operating Officer. I'm Nick Eatman. We'll see you next time on DallasCowboys.com.